if you have a doubt as to who I am, it will get clarified now. So because in my childhood, a lot of astrologers said that I'll shine at the top, and I'm doing it precisely now. It's a very hearty evening and so happy to meet all of you. And we have some top VIPs who have come here to honor the event. And let me first welcome Mr. Ashok Sigamani. Vanakkam, Mr. Ashok Sigamani. Can we have you on stage, sir? Ashok Sigamani is the president of TNCA. He's also a pediatrician, so he's a doctor. He's also into cricket. So handling cricket is child's play for him. A hearty applause to Mr. Ashok Sigamani. Welcome, sir. And I think cricket is in safe hands and we can look forward to a fantastic future with a lot of wonders for Tamil Nadu cricket. As it is, we are creating waves. That's Mr. Ashok Sigamani for us. And then we have Indian Bank Managing Director cum CEO, Mr. Shantilal Jain. Welcome, sir. And so happy to be associating with you. Ramki was just singing praises about you, and he was so happy that Indian Bank is always in support, especially when it comes to sports, all types of sports. So happy to have you here. Indian Bank, adu ungaluடைய bank, எப்ப வேணா போய் நீங்க loan வாங்கிக்கலாம். And there are other VIPs, I think they're yet to come. And our apologies for having a delayed start here because we're supposed to start at 7:30. Most of the guests who were supposed to turn up have told us that it's because of the diversion. There are too many diversions and so it's taking us so much of time to reach. But the problem is, there's one of my friends who went to the doctor and said there is so much of hypertension in me. And the doctor said, I think you need diversion. But he said the hypertension is only because of diversion. So that's the scenario. But anyway, punctuality means we have to start early. If you're a sportsman, definitely you'll do it. We have to be before time. It's always nice to be before time at an event than to try to go on time. It is difficult because considering the traffic and all that, even if there's a small drizzle here, the whole street is jam-packed. No, that's the problem. So anyway, we have Mr. Shantilal Jain. Can we have you on stage? Yes, sir. Just for the traditional ritual of lighting the lamp. The other guests are yet to come. Thank you so much. The other guests, I think the top cricketers are yet to come. I think they're here around. They'll definitely be joining us. And you'll have a hearty time. And I think we can proceed with the lighting of the lamp. Ramki? Wait for 5 minutes. Okay. Anyway, just to share a few of the cricket anecdotes which I've gone through. There was one of our, we always used to have so much of fun in this Teru cricket, street cricket. I think most of you can follow Tamil. At least 90% can follow Tamil. Then I'll narrate it in Tamil. It will be better enjoyed if I say it in Tamil. So in a group, PSA school, we used to play cricket, PSA school. We were all youngsters, school days. But in our team, we had an elderly gentleman by name Ponurangam. He always used to come and play the matches with the dhoti on, not with pant. So he alone used to get out to Veshti before wicket, VBW. So, but the man was so egoistic that we had to always call him Ponurangam sir. You can't just say Niva po. You have to say Ponuranga sir, batting Aringla sir. That sir is very important. In one of the tennis ball matches, it was a bet match for about 100 rupees. We were just about to win. The opponents were about 80 for 9 and it was 82 to win. That is the time when we were all so excited and the opponent batsman, the batsman laughed at the ball. It was going straight towards Ponurangam. In our excitement to win the match, we all screamed, Macham, Ponurangam, Purra, and we screamed. That man got so pissed off, he turned his back and got the ball straight on his back. And then there was the prize distribution. They distributed the 100 rupee prize and all that. And after everything was over, I went to Ponurangam and said, what is this Ponurangam? If you had taken that catch, you would have won the match. Why did you do like that? You know what he said? Hey, yan vayasi innada? 56 இவனுங்க எல்லா வயசு சேர்த்தாலே 30 வராது போலுது புடுறான்றான் புடிங்க சார் பொண்ணுறங்க சார்னா இப்படி பிடிச்சிட்டு இருப்பேன் அந்த கேட்ச எனக்கு மேட்ச் முக்கியம் இல்லை மரியாதை முக்கியம் அப்படின்னாரு பாருங்க சரியான ஒரு ஷாக் இப்போ நிறைய கிரிக்கெட் இன்சிடென்ட்ஸ் அப்புறம் ஒரு கோச் ஒருத்தர் இருந்தாரு ஒரு கோச் வந்து என்ன எப்படி கிரிக்கெட் நல்லா ஆடணுன்றதுக்கு எங்களுக்கு ஒரு டிப்ஸ் கொடுத்தாரு ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங் எல்லாருமே ஃபாலோ பண்ணலாம் பாரு பேட்டிங் ஆட போனா அவுட் ஆடுற பால பார்த்து ஆடுன்னாரு இது வரைக்கும் எனக்கு தெரியல எப்படின்ட்டு எந்த போலரும் சொல்ல மாட்டாங்களா இது அவுட் ஆடுற பால் இது அப்படின்னு யாரும் சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க ஸோ அவர் ஒரு டைப்பு அதை விட there was a very famous joke, you know what? அப்போ ரிக்கி பாண்டிங், சச்சின் டெண்டுல்கர் பீரியட்லாம் it seems Ricky Ponting and company, they made a film and the title of the film was Sachin Tendulkar. They invited all the Indian players to come and watch the match. Everybody was to watch the movie. Everybody was watching that movie called Sachin Tendulkar. Interval, when it came to the interval stage, our players got pissed off because not in a single scene Sachin Tendulkar was shown there. So our players got wild and they went to Ricky Ponting and said, what nonsense is this? You are making a film called Sachin Tendulkar and we don't find Sachin Tendulkar even in one scene. You know what Ricky Ponting responded with? He said, you Indians did a movie called Border. Not in a single scene did I see Alan Border. So Padikku Padi, this is retaliation. We are doing a movie called Sachin Tendulkar, you don't have Sachin Tendulkar in that. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஃபன்னியான விஷயங்கள். அந்த கோச் சொன்ன பார்த்தீங்களா, அந்த கோச் வந்து அவுட் ஆகிற பாலை பார்த்து ஆடினார் பார்த்தீங்களா. அவர் ஒரு மேட்ச் என்ன பண்ணார், ஓப்பனிங் போனார். ஓப்பனிங் போயிட்டு பவுன்சர் அப்படி அடிச்சார் பாருங்க. பால் மேலே போய் ஹைட்டில் 6, ஷார்ட் லெக்லேயே அவுட்டார். பக்கத்துலேயே ஃபீல்டு பிடிச்சிட்டு சோகமாக வந்துனே இருந்தார். என் ஃப்ரெண்டு சங்கு பாண்டின்னு ஒரு கிரிக்கெட்டர் உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். அவர் அப்போ கிராஸ் பண்ணுறாரு. கிராஸ் பண்ணும்போது இவர் அட்வைஸ், பார்த்துக்கோ பிச்சு பொங்குது, பார்த்து ஆடு அப்படின்னு சொன்னார். இவர் போய் இப்படி நின்னார். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பால் பவுன்சர் அப்படின்னு இருப்பார். ஸ்ட்ரெயிட்டாக பால் வெண்ட் டு தி ஆல்மோஸ்ட் தி மூன், கேம் லேண்டிங் அண்ட் வாஸ் காட் பை தி சேம் ஷார்ட் லெக் ஃபீல்டர். இப்போ காமெடி, திஸ் கை வெண்ட் இன்சைட் and that man got so furious he was lighting a cigarette and just staring at him. This guy was just removing the pads. நேராக வந்துட்டு இல்லை, அறிவு இல்லை உனக்கு, என்ன சொன்னேன் உனக்கு, வந்து பொங்குது அடிக்காதன்ற பைதியார் மாதிரி அடிக்கிறவுக்கு இவன் என்ன பண்ணா, நீங்களும் அதே மாதிரி தானே அவுட்டு. அதுக்கு அவரு எந்த இன்னும் ஆயிட்டு உந்து இன்னும் ஆயிட்டு. இந்த மாதிரி கோச்சஸ் திடீர்னு எனக்கு சொல்லுவார் அட்வைஸ், பாஸ்கி, when you are batting and you are playing a ball towards the fielder, you have to watch for the fielder soldier. என்ன சார் காஷ்மீருக்கு போகணுமான்னு கேட்டேன். fielder soldierனா இதுப்பா, ஓ ஐ தாட் திஸ் இஸ் ஷோல்டர் சார், ஓ இது சோல்ஜர் இஸ் இட் பார், இதெல்லாம் வேற எங்கேயா வச்சுக்கோன்னு. ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இங்கிலீஷ் பேசுறது. அப்புறம் ஒரு பிடி மாஸ்டர் வந்து எங்கள் அங்கிள் வந்து கேட்குறாரு, ஹவு இஸ் பாஸ்கி இன் கிரிக்கெட்னர், இன் ஸ்டடீஸ் இஸ் நார்மல், இன் கிரிக்கெட் இஸ் அப்நார்மல்னர். இந்த மாதிரி எங்களுக்கு வந்து கிரிக்கெட் ஆடணுமோ இல்லையோ, there was so much of fun in and around cricket, about umpires, so much of fun. And எந்த இடத்துல போனாலுமே நார்மலாக கிரிக்கெட் வந்து டென்ஷன் இல்லாமல் ஆடணும்னா இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபன் இருக்கும். என்ன அவார்டு யார் கொடுக்குறாங்க, என்ன மேட்ச் டென்ஷனாக போகுது, எக்ஸைட்மெண்ட்டாக போகுது, இப்படி நிறைய விஷயங்கள். இதில் ரொம்ப லேட்டஸ்ட்டாக நான் ரொம்ப ரசித்த ஒரு லவ்லி ஜோக் என்னன்னா, ஒருத்தர் சொல்கிறாரு, there was a dispute between two people who were all cricket fanatics. The dispute was whether there is cricket being played in paradise. This was the bet. So one guy says, I am very sure there is cricket in paradise. This guy says, no way, I don't think, where is the proof? So then they come to an agreement. You know what's the agreement? One of us will pass away, we'll go to paradise soon. Once one of us goes to paradise, from there we have to watch, find out if there is cricket there, and then send a message on WhatsApp, whether there is cricket or not. So one guy dies, he goes to paradise, and from there he sends a WhatsApp message saying that, Machan, I told you, no, there is cricket in paradise. I found it. That's the message this guy gets here in earth. So this guy gets a doubt. He says, how do I believe that there is cricket in paradise? You know what the reply? What was the reply? Machan, in tomorrow's match, you are the captain. So we had so much of fun playing cricket, and special hearty welcome to the wall, Mr. Rahul Dravid. Welcome, Mr. Rahul Dravid. So delighted to be having you here. You just flip the dictionary and you just see the word defense. The meaning synonym will be Rahul Dravid. He was so stoic in his defense that even he was offered the post of army chief. He was so good in defense. Now, of course, Pujara has taken over that same defense. And then a very, very hearty welcome to a man who is a champion opener in the innings. But when it comes to winnings, he is a champion opener, and he is called Rohit Sharma. Welcome, Mr. Rohit Sharma. Special hearty welcome to all the cricket greats who are sitting around there. Special welcome to everybody, especially media people, media heroes, media heroines. Hearty welcome to all. And Mr. Ramki, I'm running out of ideas. Can we light the lamp? Can I invite? Yeah. Mr. Wall, Mr. Rahul Dravid, can we have you on stage, please? Welcome, Mr. Rahul Dravid. Welcome, sir. In the group, there was a joke about Rahul Dravid and Dhoni. You know what? When Rahul was captain and when Dhoni was playing under his captaincy, it seems one of the media persons came and asked Rahul Dravid, what is your 11 today? Is Dhoni playing in the 11? He said, no, Dhoni is not playing. That guy asked why. He said he is not keeping well. That guy said he is the world #1 keeper. Why is he not keeping well? No, he's not feeling well. I meant he's not feeling well. You don't take it in that sense. I never meant he's not a good keeper. So that's the joke that was doing the rounds in our group. And any other, I think I told you so much. A man who is known only for cups and championships, the best opener, and who can score 5 centuries in World Cup. And we have the champion man here and the champion man, Mr. Rohit Sharma, on stage, please. Welcome, Rohit. Welcome, Dravid. Welcome, Mr. Ashok, and welcome, Mr. Shantilal Jain. Can we have the traditional ritual of lighting of the lamp, sir? Our guests, please. The power play has started and a powerful applause from all of you is expected now. Another bit of interesting information that Ramki tells me that Rahul Dravid was the first person who lit the lamp for him when he inaugurated his sports mechanics. So once again, another thing to cherish. Thank you, Rohit. Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Mr. Ashok, and thank you, Mr. Shantilal Jain. So now Mr. Ramki will be honoring our guests with a shawl. So can we have the shawls, sir? Thank you, Mr. Ramki. So உங்களுடைய கரகோஷம் அவசியம் தேவை. டாப் கிரேட்ஸ் இன் கிரிக்கெட்டுக்கு ஆனர் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காரு நம்ம ராம்கி. வெல்கம் மிஸ்டர் ராம்கி. Thank you, Ramki. And on with the show. Next we have a very interesting segment where violin display பற்றிலாம் உங்களுக்கு நிறைய தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். Violins பற்றி அந்த காலத்தில் கிரிக்கெட்டில் வந்து when we used to be cracking jokes about cricket, we used to say what is the difference between Kunnakudi Vaidyanathan and Mahatma Gandhi. One is a violinist, other is a non-violinist. No. That was a very famous joke about cricket. But here we have our Asthana violin Vidwans, one of them, one of the duo. Ganesh Kumaresh, we have Kumaresh who is going to be presenting to you a violin miracle, which was of great benefit to our openers Sachin and Sehwag. It was almost a musical yoga that he created for them. And can we have Mr. Kumaresh? You can take a bow because he is always with a bow. Welcome Mr. Kumaresh with your display. டக்குன்னு பார்த்தா ஆந்திரா எம்பி மாதிரியே இருப்பார் அவரு.
Thank you. Good evening to one and all. Very, very happy to be here amidst such great people who have given us joy, happiness, unforgettable moments. So, 1 week or 10 days ago, Ramki called and told me that, hey Kumaresh, 20th evening, of anybody. So I said, definitely for sports people, I can. See, the source of music is silence. When you're silent, there is total calmness around you, and that is when you are able to think with clarity. When I say music, I don't mean the noise that we call as music. There is a lot of DJ, Tapankutu, all that happens. That is different. But music actually calms your being. It relaxes you to such an extent that it unleashes the bottled up spirit, and you are able to be free, and you are able to be in the flow zone, wherein you are in the optimum level of your performance. See, at times we hear this cricket parlance when they say that he's in a different zone, he's batting in a different zone or bowling in a different zone. What does that mean? It means that he is in such a state of performance where the ball, it comes to him in the place where he wants to hit. Or the bowler is able to bowl the ball in a place where he wants to bowl. We call that samadhi stage. So through music, you can attain that stage constantly, not once in a while, but constantly. It is possible. That is why we call practice of music Nada Upasana and the fusion in music called Nada Yoga. So that when that happens, you are in your optimized state where you can perform at your best. So when we are talking, I said, yes, I can definitely do it. It's a great thing. I would love to do it because I'm very passionate about cricket. So, though I did not have a conversation with Dravid or Sachin, just looking at them, because a performance can reflect the character of that person. Looking at Dravid, the way they played, the way he played and the way Sachin played, I created two musical melodies, two different melodies, one for Dravid and one for Sachin, two different ragas according to their character, and sent it through Ramki. And I think at that time, Dravid was the captain of Indian cricket team when they went to West Indies, Rahul. And then Sachin, I think he was recovering from his tennis elbow at that time. And I was very happy to get a positive feedback. So I will just play a small clip of both the melodies. And I will also throw in a small comment that if the cricketers need any service from our side, any more help, we are very, very happy to do this for you because we are great fans of your cricket. If you can switch off the light, it will be very, just switch off lights, switch it off, it will be very nice. This was the track which was done for Sachin. Idea was, so just before they go to perform or to play, we advise them to sit in a place, sit down, listen to the music so that it calms them completely. And when you are in that calm state of mind, it will help your performance better. So now I'll ask them to play a small clipping which I did for Rahul Dravid. The next track. So this was what Sachin did in Ragam Mohanam. I took the words of Gajananam Bhuta Ganati Sevitam and did a melody on that, because I came to know he was a big fan of Lord Ganesha. He goes to Siddhi Vinayak often before every tour, so I just thought maybe I will do that for him. There is another track, you are not playing it in. I sent 2 tracks. Anyway, so thank you very much. Thanks for the wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Ramki. It is a wonderful initiative by him to even think about this. So it was a beautiful experience for me to work. Thank you very much. All the best.
So thank you very much, Kumaresh. The lesson that you have to learn from this is, if you want to score a century, listen to this music. But if you score a 0, you'll have to face the music. That's the difference. Thank you, Mr. Kumaresh. We bow to you. We bow to your bow and all your creative talent. So we are expecting 11 ragas for the next 11. We have to win the ODI. Okay? Thank you so much. So next we have Namulude hero, who's responsible for this journey, pioneer in video analysis of cricket, Mr. Ramki. In the hotel or room key. Mr. Ramki, உங்களுடைய speech first. We need your speech first, and then the audio visual display of what you have achieved till now. Thank you. Welcome.
So good evening, everyone. Thanks for coming in large numbers. It's been a great journey. I mean, 20 years back, Rahul was the one who lit the lamp. So we were practicing in Bangalore, and we were trying to get Mr. N. Srinivasan, and he was not well at that point of time. Also, even today, we tried to get him, but unfortunately couldn't happen. So I asked Rahul, just a casual chat, and Rahul, we are starting our company on September 8th. And want you to be the chief guest. And he said, fine, we'll all be there. And they all turned up, the entire team turned up. So they all again turned up again in 2011 during the World Cup. We had launched the online coaching program then. And the entire team was there again to support us. So thanks to Rahul, thanks Rohit, the entire team have been of great support. I think the TNC has been of tremendous support to us. That's where we started the Home Association. N. Srinivasan, Kashi Vishwanathan, Dr. Natarajan. He was the first one who gave me an opportunity to the Zonal Academy camp, because nobody really understood when I came and told about how coaching can be made more visual. And at that point of time, we were talking about visual-based coaching. And then slowly, we now over years of experience, we've realized that as a cricketer, I thought initially you had to go and watch a player play to provide feedback. I realized I can do it better with videos because I can see it in slow motion, frame by frame, compare old and new. Then with the internet getting well developed, we realized that we can do it from anywhere. The feedback part alone, not the coaching, the feedback part of it alone can be done from anywhere in the world. And slowly we realized that with experience, I realized that you don't need to go and watch the game. You don't need to watch the videos. But if you have access to data at a very granular level, the feedback can be very, very powerful. And that's where we started. And when I joined the team, we didn't have much of data collected, all that. Historical data was not there. I remember, Saurav Ganguly came to Australia armed with 25 VHS tapes. Those days, it was the VHS tapes. So my first week in Australia, I was locked inside my hotel room and trying to digitize those tapes and then trying to mine the information from that video. So from there, we come a long distance. I think, there has been a tremendous success in whatever we did. Of course, all of it could not have happened without the senior players supporting. Rahul was instrumental in that. Initially, we didn't have any tools. I was appointed there, but I didn't have any tools to work with. And I asked Rahul, can I use my own tools? He said, anything which is going to benefit the player, I'll back you. And he's been backing me till date. And so we got so immersed in it. I'm a passionate cricketer, domain guy. So I was very passionate about what we were doing for the team. We got fully immersed into that. We got deep, went into deep research, went up and set up the first back-end data center for the team. And when we started, everybody, even if I want to buy a mouse pad, people say, hey, is Australia doing it? So we were always following what Australia was doing. So we said, okay, we'll make the world follow what we are doing. And today we are very close to that in terms of a new approach towards coaching and analytics and how it can power performances in a very different way. So there has been plenty of people who have been supporting us right from the beginning, and I should take this opportunity to thank first my family, my mother, my wife particularly. She's been waiting patiently for me to come back home. She tried traveling with me while we were on tours. Everybody thinks traveling with the team is glamorous. It looks very glamorous from outside, but it's a grind. Let me tell you that. So she came with me for a tour. At 3 o'clock in the morning, Seva called me and said, Ramke, I want to watch some videos. So she had continuous requests and I was not spending time with her. She said, Ramke, you're neglecting me. I said, you're on a holiday, I'm on work. So from that day onwards, she stopped traveling with me. And thank you, Pushkala, for all the support. I'm blessed with a good support system. My sister, my parents, everybody supported Pushkala and made her what she is today. Of course, my daughters were too young. They were not interested at that point of time when I was traveling with the team. They were not interested about the game. But once I retired from the team, they wanted tickets. They wanted to go for the game. The fever caught on with them as well. But they wanted to watch the game not from the pavilion terrace, but from the most happening stand. They wanted to go and have a good time out there. Then I should thank my first employer, Indian Bank. D.V. Sundar, who was the sports secretary then, he identified, the cricketer in me and gave me an appointment with the bank, played for the bank, captained the bank, played from 87 to 2000. And 2000, one of my neighbor was starting a Shankaran. He said, Ramki, you don't look like a banker at all. Why don't you come and join us as our marketing manager for a payment gateway? So I thought, okay, payment gateway plus banking experience will give us an edge, and I shifted. That's when the dot-com bubble burst. And all their plans got shelved. And then I was at crossroads. Mr. Subramaniam, who's here, he was the one who channelized my thoughts, helped me set up the sports services, the sports practice of Meru, and I started there. So thank you, Subbu, for the support. And plenty of people around the game. Dr. Natarajan, how can I forget him? So he was the first one who gave us an opportunity. And it was a zonal academy camp. It was happening. Srishant was bowling. People felt he was chucking. And had there not been a video analysis that day, Srishant would not have come up the ranks. So it helped them to, I think Shekhar and Bharat Kumar were the coaches, and they found no problem with the bowling action. So then we started with the team. I analyzed about 75,000 cricketers in the company of all the top coaches in the world. Bobby Simpson, Bob Ulmer, John Wright, Bruce Reed, Greg Chappell. So many cricketers along the way, and many of our former greats like Pasai Sharma. It started with a 45-minute session presentation I was supposed to make to all the coaches on visual-based coaching. And John Wright came and told me that he had to present. So I went there and presented, and he dumped his work on me and asked me to continue for the entire day because people loved the presentation. It's a new concept at that point of time. And then at the end of the day, he said, Ramki, do you want to join the team? The money is not great, but. I said, no Indian would refuse that offer. I am on board. And I joined the team on that day, and from there, we brought in many changes, we brought in many innovations, we tried to do our best. We completely dedicated our life to serving the team, serving the cricketers, helping them, ensuring that they all perform, take their performance to the next level. And now 20 years continuing there in an environment where high anxiety environment, right? Players with high mood swings. And one small complaint, you're out of the team, right? And 20 years, we've been fortunate to continue with the team. We've been blessed. And all that could not have happened without a team supporting us. I was blessed to have fantastic guys like Dhananjay, Venki, Lakshmi Narayanan, who all supported us big time. And of course, along the way, we built up the technology team. Earlier, when I joined the team, we didn't have any back-end data and all that. And John was pushing me for more data. So we set up the back-end data collection. So any match which happens in the world, today we collect that. We capture about 1,000 match days in a year of videos. And then from there, we extract the data and we process the data and provide. Then only we become eligible to be servicing the national team. So it requires about 4 years of data, at least, contemporary data, which can help them prepare for the game better in all formats of the game. So today we collect about 1,000 match days of cricket every year. So initially when I started, nobody could understand what we were talking. I had tough time convincing the parents that sports is a good career option. It's not only the players, but there are a lot of career opportunities which are emerging. And so started with, going and convincing the parents. But today, I don't need to do that. There are a lot of people from Microsoft, from Accenture. Everybody want to come and work with us. And they are also willing to take a pay hit. So we can't afford, because we can't afford high quality resources. So we have to juggle around with our own resources. We've been doing so well, and thanks to the support of the BCCI, TNCA, KSCA, Haryana Cricket. So plenty of associations have been working with us, and in 26 countries around the world, we have taught people how to collect data, how to analyze a game, how to prepare for a game. All the associate countries, ICC, high performance, we were involved. So we've grown from strength to strength, and not only in cricket, we are a multi-sport company today. We have been working with the Indian cricket team for 20 years, with the Indian hockey team for 13 years. For the London and Rio Olympics, we worked with the weightlifting, boxing, athletics, table tennis. Everywhere at the same. I mean, one of the biggest milestones, I would say, in non-cricketing sport, I would say, was high jump. So we went to the Sports Authority of India, and they didn't understand the concept. For me to get a handicap from them, it used to take 3 days of approval, those days. Sahana Kumari, she was not expected to qualify for Olympics. She was a high jumper. I didn't know anything about high jump. So we asked permission to work with her. We recorded about 300 jumps of hers in NIS Patiala. And then we struck a pattern there that every time she was hitting the bar, her takeoff point was very close to the bar. So this was something which appeared very simple, but when we took to the coach and the athlete, they were not aware because they were doing it with the naked eye. So the naked eye, the hit has its own constraints. Okay, you can only see so much. And small changes creep into your technique without your knowledge, and it becomes a habit over a period of time. So visual-based coaching and the data-driven coaching becomes very, very important and very critical. And she was able to remodel her jump within 1 month, and she qualified for Olympics. That is the biggest achievement for me in terms of helping somebody with just a handicap qualify for Olympics. So I told the Director General of SAI that every Indian has got an inherent strength in data mining and data warehousing. We are analytical by nature. So, why don't we provide that support to our team members? We may not be winning medals on our own in the short run, but we can power everyone's victory with the analytics. And they said, fine, makes a lot of sense. And then what do you want me to do? I said, anything on technology analytics, it has to be top driven. So if I didn't have the support of Rahul Dravid, I couldn't have really implemented whatever I wanted within the team. And fortunately, Greg Chappell, John Wright, everybody bought into that, and they gave us a free hand, and we were able to evolve ourselves. And today, I think we are one of the best in the world. And the Indian team can safely rely on us for all the information. So next is, I just want to play a clip where I wanted to. Some of the players were talking about the impact which is being created.
In 2002, when Ramki came to South Africa, and he walks in the dressing room with a laptop, but he also carried this fantastic technology with him, which changed everyone's opinion. Because initially everyone thought, oh, what is this laptop going to do in the dressing room? Is the laptop going to teach us how to play cricket? The answer was no. But the technology helped us prepare with more precision. It was not left up to an individual's imagination. Or if somebody is bowling an outswinger, how would the ball travel in the air? Or what would the number 6 batsman play when he's playing a sweep shot? How does he set himself up? All those kind of intricacies were there, visible right in front of our eyes in our team meetings. And our meetings also became more precise, more purposeful. All these things were introduced way back in 2002, and now the whole world is using this technology.
Good evening, everybody. Ramki is doing, I think, a great job for the team, not for the team only, for the individual also. I still remember the Pakistan tour. I got some runs in first one international, and after that 4 day, I didn't get any more than 20 runs. And I sat out with the Ramki and asked, Ramki, what's going on? Where is my mistake? So Ramki and me sat out for, I think, an hour before the test matches. He just told me one thing: your feet is too wide, so that's why maybe you are not getting runs and your head is falling. So I correct those mistakes and got triple century. Thanks, Ramki. It helps me a lot.
Hi Ramki, how are you? Hope you're doing good. I think in 2003, first time technology was introduced in the Indian dressing room, and after that it kept on improving, and most of the players started believing that technology will make a huge impact in their performances, as well as the teams started using it from the state level to district level to now IPL franchises. You get to see how much technology influence in their performances. So personally, if you ask me, during my injury phase where I have to correct my action, technology played a huge role because I have to remodel my action and I have to come back from my injury. It was a serious back injury and I underwent a surgery. And it was like 6 to 8 months of every day recording my action and finding out what is the correct action which is suitable for my bowling, which is injury free as well. So I have to thank you for all your help and your company's help. It was immense during that tough phase of my career.
Hi Ramki, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to say a big thank you to you for your contribution for Indian cricket and also for personally for me as well. Whenever I had any sort of problem while playing test cricket or one day cricket or international cricket, you were always there to guide me with your thoughts, and also, it's easier to believe, when you have machines and you can see things, what you're doing in the game, and, those small little things can actually make a big difference. I remember one of the incident, I was bowling in one of the test match and I was bowling a little faster than my normal speed. So Ramki came up to me and he told me during lunchtime, and he said, this is what your bowling speed is at the moment, and you need to slow down a bit. So I was earlier bowling at 93, 94 at that pace, and then suddenly after lunch, I was bowling slightly slower in the air, which was my normal speed, 84 to 86. Then I got 5-wicket haul in that game. So thank you, Ramki.
So, we started in a garage. Actually started in my bedroom, and then my garage. We worked sitting down, and then from there, TNC supported us. They gave us an office, a wonderful office. Till date, that has been our best office. We worked there, and some of our memories. So we place a request to the president to allow us to come back into TNCA, into the stadium again. So our way forward, we're trying to do different things. That's me doing my shadow practice. My wife took a phone and recorded the video and gave it to the team. And thanks to Pradeep, Dr. Pradeep Janakiraman, who extracted the 3D models from the video. We've been doing video analysis from 2001, and earlier we were doing 2D postural analysis. Today, from the same video, we are able to extract a 3D model. So each frame, you can actually create a 3D model, you can rotate it, do your biomechanical analysis in an automated manner. And this is something we have another partner who's helping us with the sensors. So you wear the sensors and you're able to, this is my action actually. So we tried it out on my arm and wrist, and we are able to find out that I thought my arm was very straight, but there is a flexion of 5 degrees out there, and this is what even the ICC is saying. Okay, there is a allowance of 15 degrees. So an extension of a bent arm is called chucking, and so they give an allowance for 15 degrees, but it's not possible for the human naked eye to see under 15 degrees. That's what they said, and this is what I found out very recently. And this amazing sensors on the body. So the future is going to be driven by computer vision, deep learning, and then the sensors on the body. There's an explosion of data happening around the athlete. So how do we collect all these information into one? So we also listen to about hearing the coach saying, "Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball." But is he actually watching the ball? So the coach doesn't have a feedback, but today the possibilities are very different. So that's what we want to do. Like the coaching methodologies have to be adapted towards the new possibilities, so we can actually accelerate the development life cycle of an athlete. So that's what can be done, unlocking the new possibilities. And I'm sure we will continue on our journey. The passion is there. We are putting all our resources on to what we can do, how we can excel. So I've been very, very passionate about what we are doing. And there are a couple of people who are trying very hard to convert me from a passionate sports person to a passionate businessman in sport. So that journey, Dr. Vidyashankar, he's been trying hard to convert me into a passionate businessman in sport, trying to make me understand. So thank you, Vidya. It's been it's tough to convert a domain guy to a businessman. So thank you, everybody. Baski for the next.
Thank you so much, Ramki. Hearty applause to my friend. Dear Ramki is doing wonders in the technology field. Presentation is so important, because presentation, when I was about to become a celebrity way back 22 years back, I was invited to model for an ad, for which product? Hair oil. I don't know why they invited me for that. I asked him, "Are you making fun of me?" No, I said, "No, so we are carrying out your ad in the text form, on magazines, on newspapers. It's going to come in 3 stages. First stage will carry your picture with like this. The second stage is, once you start using our hair oil, with small little bristles over the head. So that's the second stage. Third stage, like a big Swamiji, probably like Nityananda, you'll have flowing hair. So it was very exciting, lovely idea, and they brought out the ad. But the problem was not a single hair oil was sold, single bottle was sold. Finally, you know what happened? They interchanged the first and the third picture. They put the third picture first and my picture end. So if you start using this oil, it becomes short and finally it becomes like Bosky said. So presentation is more important. We are running short of time. Before I call upon the guests to say a short and sweet few words, one more thing is we are running short of time. I told because in one of the functions recently it was supposed to start around 6:30. Almost it was 7 o'clock and it wasn't starting. Everybody was running helter-skelter, it wasn't starting. The one man was sitting in the front row pathetically watching everything. He called one of the volunteers and asked him, what is actually happening? We are supposed to start at 6:30, but it is 7, it is not yet started. That guy said, no sir, we are waiting for the chief guest. He asked him, who is the chief guest? He said, Collector Ramakrishnan. He said, I am Collector Ramakrishnan. So if the guest doesn't know the audience, it is fine. The audience didn't know who the chief guest was. So we have fantastic greats here sitting with us, and short and sweet words from all the four of them. First, can I call upon the great wall, Mr. Rahul? Can we have a few words from him?
Like Mr. Bosky said, I will really try and keep this really short and sweet. Firstly, all the dignitaries on the dais, and just a little bit of an apology, Ramki. 30 years ago, I think India Bank versus Sridhar CC league match, you got me out. I had accused you of chucking, but now after seeing your 3D thing where you have proved that you are not chucking actually, it's only 5 degrees. No, I think just I want to really just start off by just congratulating Ramki, Sports Mechanics, his whole team, and I think everyone who's been involved in this journey with him over the last 20 years on a fantastic achievement. On a path-breaking, I would say, achievement for Ramki and Sports Mechanics. So firstly, congratulations and really well done. I think, I think we've come a really long way. When you look at sports data analysis, I think we really have come a long way. And I think, Sports Mechanics and Ramki have really been at the forefront. They've seen this journey actually right from the start. And, Ramki is right. And sort of Sachin mentioned that in that tape, that in the early years, you actually had to really convince people that there was any value in having video analysis or looking at videos and, what is a computer going to do. Today, we've reached a point, 20, 23 years later, where even in small district teams or in club teams, there's a need for a video analyst. And I think a large part of this journey, I think Ramki sort of said it rightly. It's almost a case of him having to actually start convincing people that there is value in it, to today people being actually desperate to work in this industry. And a huge part of that journey, that creating that awareness, being able to use and integrate technology, integrate data, to make it so useful today to cricket players, to teams, to help improve performances. A large part of that credit must go to Ramki and his whole team at Sports Mechanics. I think a lot of us will remember, at least people of certainly my age and my generation, and some of you here will remember, from the early days of, how we sort of learned how to bat was through pictures and those picture books. They would make those picture books where you could see a Sunil Gavaskar cover drive. If you flicked that picture book, you went, and then you saw Gavaskar playing like a cover drive. And that's really how, we sort of started how to learn how to play a cover drive and learn technique from literally pictures. To today, I think young boys and girls having the opportunity to literally, watch themselves play, dissect their techniques, have their coaches not only see them play in matches, but to see them play in practice sessions. There's no doubt that that technology and data has really enhanced performance. It has certainly taken the sport. Obviously, there have been many things. The sport keeps improving. The sport keeps getting better. There are many aspects that makes the sport better. I'm a firm believer that sport only keeps getting better. I know we like to look back on time with very fondness and with a lot of memory, and rightly so. But if everything else in life is going forward, then cricket is also going forward. And many things have led to that. One is obviously enhanced physical fitness, accessibility of infrastructure, practice facilities today. And one of the large components of that has really been, for me, technology and data. I think if we're seeing the kind of performances we're seeing today, if we're kind of seeing the kind of skills that are being on display today, a large part of that has been this accessibility of data, has been this accessibility that technology has provided to a lot of the young boys and girls. I think one of the things that, if I look back on this journey and I sort of think back to the days in sort of my first early years when television came on, my father would actually, like Ramki was talking about the VHS tapes, of Saurav Ganguly, and it's exactly what would happen in those days. My father would watch me play wherever we were playing, maybe in England on my first tour in '96, and he would religiously tape whenever I was batting, he would religiously sit there and tape everything on a VHS tape so that when I could come back from the tour, I could see myself bat. To the point where today you can actually see at the end of every session, and I think it's gone to a completely different level. And I think that's one of the things that has been, I think, a huge game changer in the sport today, and has really enhanced our ability to play this sport at a much better level, at a higher level as well. One of the things I think, even when I think about the role that I play today as a coach, there's no doubt that technology and data plays a huge role in our ability to coach players better. It's of course, you still need that basic inherent knowledge. You still need that eye. I think that is really important. But ability to open up conversations with players with the use of data and technology it's much easier to have those conversations. So if you're, for example, if you're trying to tell a bowler that, he needs to be pitching the ball fuller, or he needs to be, like Harbhajan Singh said, bowling a little bit slower, you could say that, and you probably instinctively know that as a coach. A lot of our coaches have great eyes. They watch a lot of sport a lot of times, and they would instinctively know that. But to be able to convince players, today, I think you need to be able to use data. Good use of data, I think, certainly helps you in your role of coaching. And I think that's where, like I said, and that's where we've gone. Players today as well, young players today are a lot more comfortable with data than we were, say, 10, 20 years ago. Being shown data 10, 20 years ago would put people off straight away. Not saying that it doesn't put people off nowadays as well. Sometimes it does. But it certainly gives you an opportunity to open up better conversations with players. The other thing I will say, having watched the journey of sports mechanics and having watched Ramki's journey, and I remember him telling me as well, I think Ramki's always seen this as an opportunity to give young boys and hopefully girls an opportunity to have a career outside of the sport. Not everyone is fortunate or privileged enough or lucky enough like me and, say, Rohit, to make a career of this sport. Right? There were a lot of young boys and girls who play, league cricket or just about play first-class cricket and are not necessarily able to make it in the sport, but they love the sport and they're passionate about the sport. And I remember Ramki's always told me, this is a great opportunity where we can use a lot of this talent and this passion for the sport by, giving them some really good knowledge or some basic computer knowledge and giving them a life and a career outside of sport. And I think these 20 years and Ramki's journey and sports mechanics journey has shown that. People like Dhananjay, who's been part of the team, Hari, who's with us now. I think great examples of people who have really benefited from, I think, the vision of Ramki and sports mechanics in giving people a career and a life outside of cricket and still being involved in the sport. So, Ramki, thank you very much for, I think, just the so many lives that I just mentioned two names, but there are so many people, I'm sure, who work in your offices who are, people who are passionate about the game and who love the game. And I think this has impacted so many lives on a social level as well. given so many people the opportunity. So it's just been phenomenal to see the growth, obviously, of data and analytics and the way it's gone, and it continues to grow. And I think the more and more technology improves, the more and more we start collecting more and more data. This is only going to get more and more better. Obviously, I think personally, we've also reached a point at the crossroads where sometimes we are almost getting too much data and information. And I think the key is really going to be distilling of that information, understanding what is relevant, what is not irrelevant, what is important, what is not important. So I think we're reaching that point, I think, almost wherein there's so much being collected that the real quality and skill is going to be in understanding what to use, how to use it, when to use it. And I think that's obviously a great challenge for us coaches. And I think the next generation of coaches just have to become very comfortable with data, understanding of data, but also how to use it and when to use it. So Ramki, just again, I'll finish and just to say well done to you. Congratulations to you and to your team for your contribution to cricket, to the game, to Indian cricket as well. I know the work that you guys do behind the scenes in so many matches that the BCCI plays, conducts, the postings. So there's a lot more that goes into conducting Indian cricket than just the matches that we see. And I know that sports mechanics plays a huge role in that as well. So well done to you all. May the next part of your journey be filled with more innovation, more creativity, more exciting things that can continue to change the way we play and perceive the sport. Well done, Ram.
Thank you, Mr. Coach. If you were thinking that catches win matches, he's now proving that coaches win matches. Thank you, Mr. Rahul. And I wanted Rohit to come and speak, but he said, no, I won't talk. My bat does the talking. You come on 22nd to Chepauk, there you please watch me. So when he said Chepauk, I had to necessarily think of our TNCA Talaivan, Mr. Ashok. Can you come, please?
A very pleasant good evening to everyone. The dignitaries on the dais. I think I have a request to you, sir. Without the mic, I'm also very comfortable. But in front of the mic, I'm little bit nervous. So I think I should listen to your music before coming to any function, I think. So I need your favor, please. Thank you. Regarding Ramki, sir, I've just met him, I think, 10 days back. He just walked into my office, and one of my friends, Mr. Sriram, introduced him as Mr. Ramki. He's doing his sports mechanics. He was with the team for so many years. So before coming here, I was seeing all his profiles and everything and came back here. I think before 20 years or 23 years back, I wouldn't have imagined sitting in a boardroom having this sports mechanics with the laptops and everything. I think cricket is going to be played like this. Definitely not, sir. But it's a huge thing to convince most of them doing this. And I really thank you for doing this. And I know, because being a doctor, because he showed me on that day, like hardly like 5 to 10 minutes, I was amazed by seeing his app, looking at everything, like how the muscles, bones, everything. So each and every part of it, he was just tracing with 2Ds and 3Ds. I don't know what else is going to move. It's going to come. I think in near future, I think we don't have to go outside, because as a pediatrician, I'm a pediatrician, so I usually tell all the parents, please allow the kids to go outside and play. But having all these technology improving, I think I should change my thoughts and everything. So sitting inside, you spending usefully, I think you can do a lot of things sitting in a boardroom. Thank you very much, sir. And I don't want to take much time, because now I know, because my son is playing cricket now, and I told him, I told him he's doing his 10th standard, he's going to 10th. I told him, no, you become a doctor, because we are almost like 38 to 40 doctors in our family. I told him, no, you also become a doctor, so join in 10th, take a CBSE, and you also should become a doctor. He said, no, I'm going to take a sports science. What? Sports science? I don't know what made you thought like that, but nowadays I think the kids are more matured than how we are. So I think I really thank you for inviting me for this wonderful function. and I wish you all success in near future. Thank you very much.
So thank you so much, Mr. Ashok, and we are expecting wonders in Tamil Nadu cricket after you've taken over. Good luck to you also. So and now our Indian Bank Talaivar MD, he's going to be wishing Rohit Sharma is going to be doing the honors, and he'll be telling us the secret of whether we will be winning by batting first or bowling first in the crucial match. So welcome, sir. You can do the honors to Rohit Sharma.
Gentlemen, this is the first event both Rahul and Rohit are attending after qualifying for the WTC final. So a big applause for the team. Thank you, sir. In our country, we have a lot of CSR projects being done, and but sports CSR is non-existent. So, sir, I kindly request you to really focus on the sports CSR and how we can bring in more champions from the districts and the rural areas.
So very, very nice, and we're almost coming to a close. The solid diet and the liquid diet are waiting for you. And anything else, Ram? No, I think he's expressed his discomfort, isn't it? Would you like to come and say a few words? I heard he didn't want.
Good evening, everyone. Firstly, I would like to congratulate Ramki sir for completing 20 years. I'm pretty sure it was a memorable journey. And like Rahul Bhai said, the next journey which is about to follow is going to be even more memorable. Rahul Bhai actually summed it up really nicely about how we use data. Personally, my personal experience, has been also very good with the data that we used today. One example that I can give you is when I was asked to open the innings in 2013. I started my career as a middle order batsman, and when I was asked to open the batting in 2013, I had to really go back and see what the world's best openers are doing, because obviously opening the batting has a lot of challenges. So I wanted to go through data, look at the best players in the world. If those data, those analytics wouldn't be there, I don't think I will have the success that I have today. So I think in today's day and age, I feel the whole world is moving towards technology, and cricket obviously, like we just heard, the whole world is using it. And it's important to use it in the right way. There are so many data, so many information, but I think that to choose the right one is very, very important as well. And I think, currently as we see, we've got a lot of younger players in the squad, and it's so important to let them know what they are doing right, what they are doing wrong. And with the help of data, we can allow them to go and have a look at it and improve as a cricketer. At the end of the day, you want to come and play as improved cricketer. You learn every day, and that is the lesson of the life. You want to learn every day. Nobody is perfect, so you keep learning. And with this data, obviously, there are so many new routes that has opened up for all of us, for all cricketers. And it has just not helping the current cricketers, it is helping at the grassroots levels as well. I speak to a lot of friends who are coaching in Mumbai. They use so much of this technology to, develop all these young cricketers, which is eventually going to help our sport. So, without taking much time, I would again like to congratulate Ramki sir for a wonderful achievement, and also the entire team of sports mechanics. I know how much, for us it's so easy to see the data, but I know so much work goes behind the scene. I'm sure Hari will be really proud of that. But yeah, again, best wishes, sir. I hope the next 5 years, 10 years, and more so will be even fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks, Rohit. Talking about Hari. Okay, Hari as a definition for commitment, I would say. We had floods in Chennai, and there was about waist level water or chest level water for Hari, and he carried the laptop on his head, and he was coming to office with chest level water, and he got stuck in office for 2 days. Because I asked him, why did you come? Are you mad to take a risk like this? He said, sir, we have to service that order. And I'm blessed to have such people. It's very, very tough, to find people like these who give unconditional support. For everybody in sports mechanics, they all work like that. During Diwali, we had a whole team working. They didn't go home for Diwali. So such is a commitment, such is a passion. We pick people by their passion, but not by their qualification alone, but by their passion for the game. So we will keep continuing to do that. Thanks, Hari, for the commitment shown and taking the baton forward. 20 years wouldn't have been possible, me coming out, then Dhananjay replacing me. And whenever there is a transition, it's always a tricky period. And so people were not initially comfortable with Dhananjay, DJ. And then he became very, very critical to the team's success. And then after that, when we had to replace Dhananjay with Hari, again people were skeptical, saying that, hey, it's not like DJ. I said, yeah, he'll take his time, and he settled down. I think he's really flowering up to be a very good resource for us. Thank you. Thank you.
So we're almost coming to a close, and by now I think sports mechanics must have furnished the secrets as to how to win this ODI final. We are going to win. India is the best. I always feel that India is the best, because I'll just tell you my history very briefly. Because the moment I flopped in cricket, the ball started slipping off my arms, off my hand, and I didn't know. If I had Ramki's guidance, I would have definitely made it to the top. During that World Cup time, I lost totally. I was totally lost. I don't know what happened to my bowling. Then I switched over to medium pace. I was called for chucking. I gave up bowling, then became a batsman, then gave up cricket totally, and then I sprang up in about a dozen fields. So I have to be positive, but every time you try something, people will discourage you. I'm going to play cricket. No, your Tair Sadam case varad. I played up to the national level. I'm going to write jokes, lalla varad. I wrote about 17,000 jokes in a magazine. I'm going to do RJing. No, varad. Nasal tone. No, bathroom varad na yaru solla. But people will always keep demoralizing and discouraging, but we shouldn't be bothered about that. I'll just wind up with one fantastic anecdote involving Mr. Rajagopalachari, who was our first and last Governor General. During the pre-independence time, when he was on the dais, one British lord wanted to put him down in front of all the Indians as well as the foreigners. So this man comes to the podium and says, Mr. Rajagopalachari, I notice a very funny feature among you dirty Indians. You know what? You look at all the Americans look fair in complexion. You look at all the Japanese, they all look uniformly yellowish in complexion. You look at all the blacks, they are all uniformly black in complexion. Only you dirty Indians I find. Some are fair, some are dark, and some are tan. Why this ugly disparity among you wretched Indians? Imagine if this man didn't have humor, what would have happened? This man comes to the mic and says, Mr. Lord, let me give you an example. If you take the case of horses, you find horses are of different colors. White horses, brown horses, and black horses. But if you take donkeys, all donkeys are of the same color. We Indians are winning horses. We are always born to win. Probably if you have a doubt, 75 to 80 years later, step into a place, it's a very famous place called Leela Palace, and you will find that everybody sitting there and standing there is a winning horse and he is bound to win. So we'll all be positive that India is the best, India is going to win. Let people crib, let people demoralize, but India will win, and Rohit is going to keep snatching cup after cup, championship after championship. All the best, Rohit. Super duper luck to you. Before I invite Mr. Hari for the vote of thanks, he is already in a hurry. That is why we chose Hari for vote of thanks. Mr. Hari, you can come for the vote of thanks. And before that, my final message to all of you is, be positive, you will win. Be positive in everything excepting in HIV and COVID. Thank you so much. Welcome, Mr. Hari. Oh yeah, 1 minute, Hari. There's one more honoring to be done. Sir, Mr. Shantilal, can we kindly have you honoring Mr. Rahul Dravid? My apologies, I forgot. A thunderous applause from you. I think you really enjoyed their presence here. Yes, Mr. Hari.
First of all, thank you so much for your kind words. It really means a lot. Director of Sports Mechanics. In many ways, he has challenged and inspired each one of us to get better at our own skills, and which ultimately made an impact in our services. And cheers to all the unsung heroes, my colleagues, and a team of very proactive and dedicated staff, without whom this wouldn't have been possible. Finally, would like to thank all the media members, friends, and family for joining in this wonderful event and making it a grand success. Thank you all.
So your favorite liquid and solid diet is waiting. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Thanks to all. Thank you.
நியூஸ் எயிட்டின் வந்துக்கிறாங்க பாரு. நியூஸ் எயிட்டின் அவங்க 1080 ஃபார்மெட்டு. அதில் அவங்களும் எடுத்துருக்காங்க. உங்களுக்கு 5710 வேணுமா?